Hey guys, welcome to a new year and to a new Low Bias Monthly. Scarlett picked a theme this month, and his was games that were released on the year you were born. So in my case, I had to go back pretty far, all the way back to 1981, as you can see on the copyright down there. This is a game that many people have probably heard of. Not sure how many people actually played. This is the infamous Atari 2600 version of Pac-man. So yeah, those of you who are familiar with the arcade game are... oh my god, these things have a big hitbox. As I'm trying to say before I get so rudely interrupted, this is looking very different from the arcade game that most of us are probably familiar with. And there's a very good reason for that. You see, okay, the original arcade Pac-Man game came out in 1980, and it was... You probably don't need me to tell you that it was a huge success, right? So, obviously, Atari wanted in on the action too. They wanted a home version for their 2600 console. Okay. They got a little overconfident, I think. They rushed it out the door. What you're looking at now is the alpha build of the game. They rushed it right out the door to release. Still in alpha. And yeah, there's not much else to say besides that. It bears a passing resemblance to the game most of us are familiar with, but not much else. I mean, very, very bizarre looking mazes. The ghosts especially. I'm going to be curious to see how these are going to look on the video compression once I process this, because the way the ghosts work is only one sprite is displayed at a time. Only one sprite is displayed at a time, and it just flickers between all of them to make them look transparent. If you look closely, though, they are differently colored, so they do have that going for them, I guess. Although I don't know if they have any of the behavioral differences between them that most of us might know of from in the arcade game. Like, for example, as you might know, like Blinky the red ghost, he's the one that will chase you directly. Pinky, the pink ghost, will try to ambush you by anticipating where you're going to go. Inky, the green ghost, kind of does something similar. And then Clyde, the orange ghost, which just kind of just moves about at his own pace. Hard to tell what these guys are doing here. Not sure any of them are really following any specific patterns. As I've pointed out before, they seem to have... Their hitboxes seem bigger than I'm used to. That might be why I'm dying to them more. Of course, I'm not a real great Pac-Man player. So there's that also, but it always felt before like you could clip them. Just barely. Like if they're in a corner or something, but here, you touch like 1 pixel on them and you're dead. So yeah, like I was saying before, Atari was really banking on this game to be their killer app. They manufactured more cartridges than there were consoles to play it on at the time. Again, they must have... Oh, shit. Clearly, they were expecting people to buy the console just to play Pac-Man. And, you know, they weren't completely wrong, because the game actually did sell really well. Of course, that was before word of mouth got around as to just what a piss-poor port it was. This game I see is frequently blamed for the infamous video game market crash of 1983, along with E.T., which I don't know if that's a completely fair assessment, since like I said, the game did end up selling really well, although this, along with the E.T. fiasco, really dashed people's faith in Atari. Hence the reason for the crash. Come on, guys. Come over here. Come over here. There we go. Okay. Oh, damn it! As you can see, there's only one maze. It never changes. Which, to be fair, that it was that way in the original Pac-Man as well. They wouldn't start adding extra, like, changing mazes until Ms. Pac-Man. Oh, damn it! I wasn't intending to go that way. I wanted to go back up, but didn't quite want to do that. And yet, notice, when I try to eat some of the dots, it's like my sprite has to be all over it to actually eat them. Yet, like I said before with the ghosts, you barely brush against their sprite and you die. Yeah, let's... So, I mean, like I said, it's passable as a Pac-Man game. I mean, like I said, it's... For the reputation that it gets, I wouldn't say it's as bad as, like I said, as its reputation suggests that it is. I wouldn't call it one of the worst games on the console, like some people probably would. But, I mean, obviously compared to the original game, it leaves it left a lot to be desired for a lot of people, I think. Oops. Oh, yeah. Really, game? Really? Okay. And I'm going to show you in a minute here that that Atari actually would release some good Pac-Man games on the 2600, which to show that, you know, it's not really so much the limitations of the console that were stopping them. Like I said, they got in a big hurry to release it. They shot it out onto store shelves when it was still in alpha. They put a little too much faith in it to sell based on the name alone. Pac-Man was hugely popular back at this time. Thought I was being real clever there. Oh. Yeah, they were a little bit more clever, I think. Okay. Not sure I'm noticing much of a change between levels, like the Ghost Don't See Me game any more aggressive or fast or anything. Really, that from that far away it was able to kill me. Well, case in point about the shitty hit detection here. Oh, and you know, I keep. My muscle memory tells me that they're going to come out the top of their little spawn there, but so I'm never expecting them to come out the side. Okay, so what we have here is Junior Pac-Man, as you can see, a game that was released also for the Atari 2600 a few years later. This one was a much better Pac-Man game in terms of just its presentation. This also has the distinct honor of being one of the first video games I ever played. I had an Atari 2600 when I was a little kid, and this was one of the first games that I got with it. So yeah, like I was saying, this is an example of a Pac-Man game done right, for the most part. Oh, shit. My biggest problem with this one is the ghosts are so aggressive, even in the first maze. Now, as you probably already noticed, the mazes are enormous. And like Ms. Pac-Man, the mazes do vary. Like if I completed this maze, I would get there would be another maze, a different one that I could go to. Come on over here, you guys. Like I said, the ghosts are the biggest problem here. They are much more aggressive than they are in any other Pac-Man game I'm familiar with. They are not shy at all about just ganging up on you and wrecking your ass. Now you probably noticed the stand-in for the for the usual fruit is those, in this case, that tricycle. I guess they're just supposed to be toys or something. But you probably notice if they pass over a... Damn it. If they pass over a dot, it turns into like a super dot, which gives you more points when you eat it. If you die, though, they all disappear. Pellets never last very... Look how fast they are, too. Jeez, that one just... That was close. And like I was saying before, with the patterns they often have, these ones don't seem to have any bastard. They don't seem to have any pattern going for them either. They will just hunt you relentlessly. You dick! See what I mean? They are super fast also. A big problem is that I just realized is there aren't any of those like little escape tunnels that you can take advantage of in most of the games. You just have to pray you can outmaneuver them. Ugh. It would be nice if I could at least complete this first maze. Show you what the second one's like, but... Like I said, because of how aggressive these ghosts are... No! There is a difficulty setting, and I do recall as a kid, I would usually turn the difficulty down, which actually makes it so there's only one ghost that appears on this map. Of course, the difficulty goes up as you progress, so you would get more ghosts as you proceed through the game. Each maze you'd get progressively more ghosts showing up. Nope. I kind of set myself up for that, but didn't know what they were going to try to do there. Sometimes I feel like I gotta get the power pellets, not so much to try and eat the ghosts with them, but just to get them off my ass for 5 seconds. Oh my god. This game is turning into Gangbang Simulator. on, get away, get away, get away. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Ah. Did I mention they're fast? Again, just they'll leave me alone for a few seconds. Like it did me any good. Oh, damn. Okay, I think that's enough. I think you get the idea. At least the game's little demo mode here at least shows us some of the later maps that you can see. But anyways, this was my Low Bias Monthly. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.
I'm playing a game.